Hello and welcome back to another video. This is Trizeal on the Japanese Sega Dreamcast. Again, I don't know much about this game, but I have been enjoying playing it. But before we start, just like everyone's use their imagination here, because I don't want to tip my Sony PVM on its side. I think it's a once in a lifetime monitor. I don't think I'm ever going to find one in this condition ever again, so I'd rather not risk it. So if you've got an iPhone, an iPad, maybe tip your laptop on your side, you know, whatever you can do. This is supposed to be in tape mode. What I'm going to do is turn my joypad around, or joystick should I say. So I should be playing with a virtual stick here. So we'll see how we fare. So off we go, an awkward loading silence there. So I was a bit concerned. Here we go. We've got 3 different types of firepower from what I can tell, which can be upgraded. And these collectibles are all to add to the bonus. So again, I have looked on eBay at this game, it does seem to be around about the £50 mark. Not bad I suppose, but you can soon rack up quite a few hundreds of pounds if you start buying every single shooter you like the look of. So if that's your thing, that's cool. I'm not really in a position where... well, I'm not really in a position where I want to do that more than anything else. I set my own sort of limits on pricing, but it is tempting, especially when you talk about some of the titles like Radiant Silver on Saturn. You know, they're held in such high regard, it does make you think, well, maybe it's worth the price. And of course, unless you actually buy these games or have another way of playing them, you know, you're not going to experience them without handing the cash over. So, I pressed the bomb move there. Didn't need to do that. Probably sent the camera crazy. So yeah, I'm very reluctant to turn this television over because it is in such fantastic condition. I really don't want to risk damaging it, almost to the extent where I just happy to buy another television just to tip on its side. Bang on Olufsen, I have taken that quite a lot in the past. Probably made the mistake of getting rid of the 21-inch Trizeal I had, because that was absolutely perfect. It had sort of an angled side, so it sort of precariously balanced, but it was actually quite good for Tarte mode. Certainly I thought it was. So I've got the sort of second weapon here of firing some rockets as well. I don't know if that's for the best or what. I've got a laser one as well, which visually doesn't appear to do much, but then again, his life bar is going down, presumably the sex of the boss character. Going down rapidly. I prefer to have a few more bullets flying out. That's my kind of thing. So here we go. We've got some polygonal quavers being thrown at me. I don't know what the American equivalent is of quavers. Say cheeselets or something like that, I don't know. But anyway, that's enough of that. I'm not too sure on the musical score for this one. Certainly a strange mix. That's the end of the first stage. So I have turned the brightness down on the old camera settings here a bit, because this PVM, it really does pop. It's without that high contrast screen of the actual B&O. You really need to be careful, because when it gets bright, it gets really bright. Well, yeah, I did originally buy this to have as a Tate mode television, but when I actually picked it up and seen the condition it was in and heard about how few hours it had been used, I just thought, you'll never get a television like this again. This is a once in a lifetime, right place, right time moment. You've seized the moment. You know, you've got to have some appreciation for that, I think. So yeah, I could be in the market for another CRT, basically. Don't know where on earth I'd put it. Trouble is, it's nice to have something about the 20-inch size I find pretty much perfect when we're up close and personal gaming. Like, I generally am up here. Obviously if you sat a bit further away, you're probably going to want a bigger television. I did find the 25-inch was really good for light gun games. I think you can really appreciate the bigger screen on those. I know a lot of people who play these first-person shooters competitively, they don't play on massive screens because they don't want to be moving their head around, you know, to see the action, which is interesting. I think I did play better. I used to play on the Xbox 360 a lot, Call of Duty and things, when I was on the 26-inch Samsung and I was up close to it, but I think that whole being up close, sat in an office chair thing probably does greatly help when you're playing that sort of thing. Currently sat on a beanbag, or a poof, really. I'm not far out of ball again. So certainly the level backgrounds are not amazing, although after this boss here, in this sort of section here, there's some really nice, I'll have to continue, some really nice ground effects. Very reminiscent to me of what you see in Under Defeat. Kind of a weird thing to be impressed by, I guess, but there you go. I'm sure there's someone screaming for me to use a particular weapon here. I'll try the lasers. I like the little detail. You see that guy just sat down there. Bomb. Yeah, here we go, there's a bit of foliage. A nice bit of detail. Yeah, nice little game this. Another one I wouldn't mind owning. Not one I generally hear much about, but I'm pretty new to the Dreamcast scene in the grand scale of things. Cool system now, as I've said many times before. So certainly unleashing some firepower, this guy. Oh, I knew my luck weren't going to last forever there. I'm not sure about this ringing of bells that seems to go on during these boss sections. Again, I don't know how well the audio will come across. So there we go, stage 2 clear. I think I'll just play to the end of this credit and call it a day, but nice little game, nice little shooter. Probably a bit basic by Dreamcast standards, but that's not really an issue to me. I've got beyond all that, really. You know, obviously when these systems were current you had expectations. And I think that's why a lot of the time some of these games weren't that well received originally. But certainly now with this whole shooter, I wouldn't want to say shooter revival perhaps they're the most popular they've ever been. But certainly seems to be a lot of people out there buying shooters. I've spoke about the reasons why I believe that many times before. It's just guilt-free gaming basically. You know, there's no real commitment to playing shoot 'em ups. I mean, obviously if you want to learn every nuance of the gameplay and complete it in one credit and things, you know, that's a different thing altogether. But if you're just casually playing these games, it is very much guilt-free gaming. You know, the games, I mean, certainly for me, I'm sure for a lot of other people, you can just keep returning to them. You know, it doesn't matter how many times I play certain shooters, I can still return to them and play them again because I just enjoy the experience of playing them. So I think I'll leave it there. But thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll have some more videos soon. Please feel free to put your monitor or your laptop or your iPod back to the ordinary position now.